All right, everybody, for our fourth update video, we are going to start in Pennsylvania with an introduction to one of the properties we're doing there. Then we're going to head down to a familiar property in the Tampa Bay, Florida area. Then we're going to introduce you to another project that we're doing over in Colorado. Then we're going to go down to Aiken, South Carolina, and we're going to show you some more with the build portion of that beautiful project that we introduced you to last week. And then we're going to run over to Cleveland, Ohio area for another introduction. We're going to show you designs that we're starting in 2024. We're going to show you the locations of those and some of the highlights of those locations. And then we're going to finish up by checking in with our project with Bill over in the Long Island, New York area. Here we go with our fourth update video. Excited to let you see what's going on all around the world. Talk to you soon. All right, so let's introduce you to that first project there in Leesport, Pennsylvania. I'm going to share my screen and we can look at that project together. They started building without getting a design. As soon as they started digging the pool, like literally day one, and they dug a small portion of the pool out, they realized, uh-oh, I better get a design. It worked out in this situation, but many times the homeowners have put things in the wrong spot. Anyways, the client reached out to us. We had a nice Zoom meeting. I was able to help them navigate through some of those early decisions that they were making to make sure they were making them correctly. And then we are able to give them an overall comprehensive design. And let's look at the way that design looked right now. So here's a quick bird's eye view of the overall layout of the final design. It turned out beautiful. The layout of the pool did turn out in a close proximity to where they had started digging, so that was a good bonus for them. Very little work had to be done to make some of that over dig that they had done repaired. This pool was a metal frame rubber liner pool. And so it comes in a kit that you can purchase, and I will show you some photos of the way that looks. And obviously we had the hot tub on the far side there with a waterfall kind of going into the pool or faking as if it was going into the pool. This is actually pool water that they're using to recycle back into the pool. They had a little freestanding structure here and a beautiful fire pit destination with some planter boxes laid around. So here's the overall layout of the outdoor space. We have the structure as a destination over to the left if you're coming out of the door. And then we have the pool front and center with the hot tub obviously on the far side as I showed you. Little lounge area and then planters kind of all around. But here's the fireplace, and I'll show you more of this right now. Here's another beautiful shot of that with the fireplace front and center, beautiful TV above that. We had a hanging daybed off to one side, and then we had a little kitchenette off to the other side. Now on the back side of that, we had a little bathroom with some storage area. Interior space looks, little storage area here. More shots just showing you kind of the layout from the front driveway, how the flow of the space started to work out. They had a secondary TV spot here under this covered structure, which was existing, with another little buffet center there for some food. Here's a nice shot of the end of the pool with the pool house or the covered structure. This was designed as a four-season room, so you can open it all up and close it all up in the winter. And that includes this area behind the grill here, and this side opens and closes as well. So you can turn this into a four-season room very easily. And we have screens on top to kind of keep out the bugs as well. And then we just did the typical outdoor kitchen here with the grill. We had the griddle here and then the side burner. We had a sink, we had the refrigerator, and lots of storage. Right next to that outdoor area, that four-season room, was the fireplace. Remember that this swing, as you open and close these doors, these swing can come down as needed to be able to close everything up. So this swing is kind of used as a summertime hangout spot. The side of the property featured a huge sand volleyball area. The homeowner really wanted this for the family. They get a lot of enjoyment using the volleyball in the summertime. And then we have an overall money shot, and we basically featured again the pool, the multiple destinations with covered structures, the large fireplace, large fire pit, outdoor kitchen, swing area, hanging swing, lots of lounge area, and then the whole main dining underneath the existing structure. So a beautiful design, and I will let you see a little bit of the build work of that project right now. All right, so this is very early in the project. Right here we see that metal pool frame in, and they're obviously getting prepared for the liner to go in. But you see that it's so important to get the pool layout, the position of the pool in the right location, and they were able to accomplish that with my assistance. And obviously everything else has just been excavated. And here we have one of the planters being built. Obviously this is just CMU block, obviously on a foundation, and they're stoning it with the stone veneer. And then they have the travertine surface for the coping, and obviously just fill it with soil. And you have a beautiful, beautiful planter area that adds some of that character of the outdoor space. So here is a shot of the slide going in. Obviously, these are very early days. We got some of the gravel around the pool done. The water's in the pool, which is a fun, big moment for the homeowners. And obviously, you can see the planter in the background that is still being worked on. You can see some of the elevation change here in front of the shed. But overall, there's still a lot of work to do. The coping still needs to go on here, and obviously a lot of finish work. This is right before winter. And flash forward just a little bit longer, you can see that a lot more of the retaining walls and planters have gone in. A lot of the stonework has been completed. More gravel base material has been prepped for all of the hardscaping. You can see the very far end there with the concrete work has been set up for the slide with a little water line coming from the pool to make sure that obviously the slide has water to go down. And then you can see all the prep work that's being done here to line up the pavers with the existing patio. There's really no need to replace all that. It's decent patio space, so it's just going to be added to it. And you can see what things are looking like at this point, and I'll give you more update in the next video. Now let's run back down to the Tampa Bay, Florida area, and let's continue with the update of what we're doing in Tampa. It is a monster project, as you saw last week, but there's been a lot of progress, and I can't wait to let you see it right now. Here we go. Last update video, we showed you what was going on with the large structure. If you remember, they had a little bit of problems with the fireplace. It wasn't built correctly, so there was some fixing that had to be done with that, as well as the windows. But all of that got accomplished, and I will let you see what those look like right now. So let's start here where we have all the trusses and we have the roof basically on and ready for roofing material. You can see here the fireplace was not done correctly, so just a little bit of communication with the contractor, and that was able to get fixed. And you can see these windows here. We talked about this last week. You can see some of the lines that have been drawn. Those also had to be lowered a little bit and just repaired. So just a little bit of fixing on site and getting making sure that communication with the visuals of the design is exactly what the homeowner was looking for. That was easily accomplished with just a little bit of communication, and then they were back on track. And you can see how that repair work is being done, just lowering the fireplace. It was just much too high. And then they're going to soon see that they're going to cut into this structurally, make sure it's all structurally sound, and then be able to put that more linear fireplace the way that was designed and get it back on track so they can have the large TV above it from the interior. Here's a great shot that shows some of that repair work happening, expanding that fireplace to a larger footprint with the width and making it a little lower footprint with the height, and being able to get it all structurally sound and ready for the next steps. Here we have a nice shot of those finished windows now that they've been repaired as well. We have the fan vent that is being worked on here. All the electrical conduit is going into the walls, and definitely seeing it start to take some shape. One quick little note is that they forgot to add these little side seat benches on both sides of the fireplace, but that was really quick and easy work. They added the block work and they were back on track with that as well. And here's a quick update of that movie theater 4-season room. You can see all the block work is in, the roof's in, ready for roofing. And we got all of the windows that are being ready to get installed there. All of the cutouts are getting prepared. We have the big door that's being prepared there as well. Then we had the happy day here of when the windows were finally installed, and they're awaiting the doors right now. But a lot of that really allows a lot of the interior to get moving ahead. Let you see some of the interior shots of those windows there. here's a nice view looking out of what they're going to see from that large movie theater room. And then here we go, getting ready with all the duct work, and you're going to see that in this as well, the duct work going in, making sure that is all air conditioning and heated properly, and you see that they're moving right along with the interior finish of the space. Here is our sunken fire pit location. You can see what this looks like in the design right here. This is going to be a spectacular little sunken fire pit destination with a secondary little area for a sauna over to the side. But you can definitely see all the work that it's required to get this just right. And the homeowner is very excited about this little hidden sunken fire pit area at the back of their structure. That gives us our brief update of what's going on over there in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. It's a spectacular job, one of our largest jobs, but we're going to now jump over to Colorado and let you see a beautiful monster covered structure job with a sunken fire pit and all the fun things in between on that job. Here we go. A really cool couple here, Mike and Debbie. We're going to let you see the before of this project and then what we did to design with all of the desired wish list items that they were looking for. Here we go. So here we have the before photo, and this client was dealing with 3 main problems. Number 1, they had a really weird cover. It was a poorly designed patio cover. It didn't even go all the way over to the doors where you could walk outside. So obviously a poor design with the patio cover, but look at underneath it. There was literally nowhere else to go. Once they put the furniture in, that's all they had. They crammed everything into one spot. And I say it all the time, there's so much of a need to get out and get into multiple destinations. So the homeowner, number 2 thing that they were dealing with is slope. Let me show you that. So the slope is hard to show because if you go out and just show the slope, it doesn't really look that bad. But here's a shot from inside those doors. As you look out, the slope is pretty severe, especially as you start getting over to the left-hand corner here. You'll realize that it is a pretty severe slope. So we had to work around that. And then the third thing that they wanted was destination. And I loved that they wanted it because they wanted to do a lot. They wanted a fire pit. They wanted a sauna destination. They wanted to have an area for their family to go out and play yard games. So they really wanted to fully utilize the space. So now let's jump in and let's see how we designed around some of these design dilemmas. So here is our completed design. We obviously gave them a huge covered structure that almost spanned the whole length of the house, all the way to the end of the home here, where they could easily step out of those doors under cover, right to their outdoor kitchen area, put in a little sink here, grill area so the smoke can go out. A beautiful fireplace destination. I'll get you in there a little bit here with a double-sided fireplace, a nice ample room to flow and entertain and relax underneath the structure. And then we gave them that hot tub area off of the structure, so it's still open air where they can look up at the stars and be able to enjoy it. But we put a little bar around it and kind of gave some steps up just to hinder some of the vertical lines, the harshness of those lines with the hot tub. And they gave them a nice little pergola here with a shade FX cover. So here's a beautiful shot of the whole backyard space, but we gave them a beautiful destination fire pit location here. Lots of room to spread out and have as many people as you can imagine around that fire pit. And obviously it's hard to see here, but we were able to work with that slope to be able to let them be able to play yard games. They really wanted to play volleyball. They really wanted to be able to, throw cornhole and have it be a level yard. So we were able to take care of that for them. And I'll let you see another shot of that fire pit destination, just a very smooth, step down from that, very comfortable step down. And you can start to see what we've done here with the trampoline. The kids still wanted that, so we gave them a kind of a level area of the trampoline. And then I'll show you up in the corner, we did a wellness area with a sauna. So here's that wellness area. Now this space ended up changing a lot because they ended up working with the elevations, but the ultimate goal was for them to have a kind of a relaxation area with the sauna. They did a little water feature up here, and they also did a little yoga spot. So just a nice, these are becoming very popular destinations, kind of wellness areas. So think about that when you do your own space. Let's go ahead and get you inside the structure here. We did the skylights to keep the light coming into the house. We did the heaters. Obviously, this is the Denver, Colorado area, so they have very cold winters. The homeowner wanted to be able to use it for seasons. We gave them a nice TV above the fireplace. This fireplace puts out a lot of heat, and with the heaters, this will keep them nice and warm and cozy in the winter. Obviously, it's really close proximity to the hot tub, so people could be in the hot tub watching TV at the same time and talking to people as they're hanging out around the fireplace as well. We hid all the utilities. Obviously, we gave them a little cabinet to be out of sight, a little buffet area underneath those kitchen windows, a secondary little TV area over the hot tub. So you really see the area really filled in well, lots of room to move, lots of room to flow, lots of room to entertain. And here is the outdoor kitchen again with the heaters on top, little dining area right in front of it. And obviously you can easily see how you can flow from the doors right out to the main outdoor living space. So there's the design and how we overcame some of those design dilemmas with this project. Now let me show you some of the build work that we have going on, a little sneak peek of how this project's coming along. So let's start here by letting you see some of the excavation work that was done. So obviously that whole patio had been removed. The whole patio cover had been removed. And we're getting down to the earthwork, the excavation done. And here's another shot of that from the other side. You can see the form starting to be formed in here for the concrete and for the steps. And a lot of the trenching has already been started. Here is a milestone day where some of the concrete work has been started. So that's always a fun thing to start seeing things going back together. Obviously, it has to get worse before it gets better. And that's oftentimes what you see is it looks like a nightmare. And then it starts going back together and starting to take shape. Here's a quick shot of what was required to get the concrete back there. Obviously, they needed the concrete truck with the pump truck that pumped all the way from the front cul-de-sac all the way to the back. Here we have some of that concrete work being finished there. So fun times as this project is underway, lots of sloped area, lots of destination, but the homeowner has been in constant contact with me. I really appreciate how much the homeowner is reaching out to me, making sure every step of the project is as smooth as it can be. So remember that. I'm here for you to give you the best design for sure, but I'm going to help you every step of the way. Find the contractors, interview the contractors, and then once construction starts, please make me a part of the project by Zooming with me, making sure everything's planned out before the contractor gets there to start doing the work. And of course, if there's any hurdles that come up, I want to help you overcome those hurdles because it is construction and there's always going to be things that come up. Remember, I'm here for you every step of the way and I want to help you have that beautiful backyard space. So that's the start of this project, the design, and I'll keep letting you see the updates of this one as it continues to get the build. The homeowner has just added the whole front yard design for us, and so we'll be showing you that as well. But now let's run down to Aiken, South Carolina, and let's continue the progress that we are doing with that project. Here we go. So we gave you the introduction to this project last week, but this is essentially what it looked like. Basically just in a cage, screened in porch with nowhere to go and very little to do beyond that structure. And I also showed you what we did with the design last week and just how much we opened up the space and gave them lots of destination and place to go. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and take a look at what we did on that update video last week. But let's show you more of what we did with the build of this project right now. Now, last update video, I did say that I didn't have a lot of the build of the structure pictures, but the homeowner found those for me. So that's wonderful. And here is that structure starting. So you see they had this little bump out of their home, and you did see that in the previous before pictures as well. But watch what we do to make that kind of go away with our ledger board here up against the house. This is going to be our roof line of the structure, and it's going to be a lean-to style structure out of the house. And then we're going to transition into a gable structure at the end, and we will show you that. But essentially, we're just hiding the fact that that little bump out roof line exists, and we're going to encompass that all into our current roof line. And you get a great shot of that here as we're starting to put the rafters in, and you can just see the way we're making that roof line kind of go away with the existing bump out. And you're really seeing that here as we're melding the existing roof line of the home with the structure that we're building. And it's making that weird bump out roof line kind of just disappear and really look like that this structure was meant to be with the original home build. And that's the point, is you don't want your structures to look like an extension. You want it to look like it's just a perfect transition, almost like it was built with the home. And here you see that they are setting the posts and the beams for the A-frame right here. And you'll see that in the upcoming shot, the way we get this A-frame in, the transition from the shed to the A-frame. I love the way it turned out. And here you see that we have the structure mostly framed. Obviously, these are temporary supports ready for the footing work and the posts. But for the most part, we got the fully framed structure and the beautiful transition, hiding that bump out roof line as you saw before, with the beautiful French door as the exit to the house, right undercover over to the structure. Lots of outdoor living, broadening out and using the space instead of being in the cage that they were in before. And here we have another angle of the framing that has gone on. Obviously, we're about to do the roof line and get everything buttoned up. And here is the way that looks right here. And that takes us to where we were last week, where I introduced you to this photo and the progress that was going on with obviously the melding, the blending of those two roof lines. We got all the roof in, we got the skylights in, the structures in with the post, the footing work, and we are ready to continue with all of our hardscape. All right, the masons are on site. We poured the footing. The masons are getting the fireplace prepared here. And obviously you see all of that excavation that has been done in the back. Walls have already started back there as well. They brought in a huge load of sand, getting ready for the paver work. And here we are with the fireplace mostly framed out. We got all the masonry block in. We got some temporary supports as the mortar dries for the fireplace box itself. I want to point this out because I love this, and this happens a lot on jobs. And if you don't, you're going to pay the price because some people don't have the ultimate vision that you need. But our 3D renderings help a tremendous amount. And that, if you can tape them up, post them on the job site so all of the contractors on site get the overall vision of what you're doing. And that's exactly what this homeowner did. They posted it, they taped the 3D rendering up there, so it's very crystal clear the intention that we had of the overall look of the space. And here we have a great shot of how much earth that was taken away to flatten this out, get our walls in, capture some of that real estate for outdoor living. So this will be a future hot tub, as you saw in the design. We have a beautiful wall here with a step up to the next elevation. And then we have the seat wall and the fire pit being prepared. And here we go with the pavers going in. The mud is going away and future outdoor living is on the horizon. This will be the future hot tub location with some stairs up to soften those linear lines of the hot tub. And you can just see that the paver work is being done up against the wall there. Nice little shot of the contractor. A gorgeous stone mantle is going on the fireplace, obviously extremely heavy, so the machine work was necessary. You can also see all the gravel work, the base material being done for the paver underneath the structure. And paver work is well underway under the structure. This is an exciting moment for the homeowner as they can now walk out of their house, not have to walk into mud. They're on their future patio where they're going to be enjoying countless years of memories and fun in their outdoor space. And here's a great overall of the construction progress. You see that a lot of the stone material has been put on the walls. You can see that the hot tub location is almost ready. And you can see the homeowners actually sneaking a little time for a fire in the evening hours, getting ready and imagining themselves in the space. And that's a perfect place for us to stop the update of this project, but we'll show you the final conclusion of this project, including the photo shoot that we did on the next update video. All right, now let's run over to Cleveland, Ohio for a beautiful project we're doing there. Covered structure, outdoor kitchen, fireplace, fire pit, extended hardscaping patio, and I'm going to show it to you all right now. All right, so here is the before, and let's just discuss a few of the major problems that were happening with this project. Obviously, you see this little weird shed that was an extension of their garage. This created a lot of problems, honestly, as we contemplated what to do with the structure. And the homeowner really desired the structure here to be in this big open area. So we really had to work along and around that to make sure it would all work and tie in well. But a few other things that were a problem were the deck. And this is a very common thing you get, and people still do it all the time. In fact, the landscapers that he originally hired to do a design, they recommended just redoing the deck. And then he saw one of my videos, reached out to me, and I just said, no, don't do a deck. Why? Why do a deck? It just kind of pins you and it kind of keeps you up on that deck. And why not get down to a hardscaping? So that's what we did with the design. We got rid of that deck. But another just architectural feature I wanted to highlight was this bump out again. So this is another architectural feature that sometimes you can mimic in the landscape itself, but it could also pose some problems with getting the design correct and the style of the design right. So those were some of the main problems that we had to overcome. Now let's run over and take a look at the design that we came up with. All right, and here is the design that we came up with, kind of that money shot, overall shot. Some of the highlights, again, were removing that deck and making a double step down. So there's stairs down on both sides. There's an exit right here and an exit on the other side. Destination fire pit. And then right out of the door, we hugged the structure so they can walk out, and they can essentially walk out dry to a beautiful, huge kitchen against the house. We put a vent hood in, and then we did another bar on the side here, and then a beautiful fireplace with the TV above. And another feature that we did is we removed that weird, ugly kind of shed that was on the side of their garage and just gave them an entry door into the garage. Put some little bins on the backside for their garbage behind the fireplace. And again, just a lot more expansive space to be able to enjoy with family and friends. Here's a nice shot as you see that door right there, and they already had the little cover over that. So it essentially became really easy for them to just walk out. They step right down one side and they're going to the covered structure completely dry, or they can walk out straight and go out to the fire pit. Here we did the heaters, we did the pendant lights above the bar, we did two refrigerators, some storage, and looks like some door drawer combos. The homeowner opted for a small little dining set by the outdoor kitchen. We did the grill, a smoker, and a side burner here. We did a sink at the end and lots of storage. Remember, don't underestimate the importance of storage. You really will need them because you're never going to want to go inside and outside to get things. You're going to want to start keeping everything outdoors because you're going to use it so much. But you see the heaters on the other side. We put some ceiling fans in to move that air. And again, just a very nice open design. You can imagine how much enjoyment they're going to have. The homeowner loves watching football outdoors, so there's going to be a lot of buddies out watching football with him. And here's another angle to show how much outdoor living we got. Remember, just by removing that deck, look at how much space is opened up. And I want to take a quick moment and highlight something that's very common. The homeowner was opting or thinking about doing a gable style structure. In fact, one of the designs that he got from a different designer, they had a big gable style structure in here. As you look at the house and the architecture, there's no gables, so this is a hip ridge style. So if you would have forced a gable, an open gable, it would have deviated from the architecture of the home, but it also would have let all that heat out. So that's something to think about, is now the heat is trapped in because it's not an open gable. So with those fans, now it kind of is trapped up there and it just circulates nice and comfortably down to the space. So think about that. It's something that I feel is very important. And let me show you just a sneak peek of some of the build work that's going on with this project. So let's start with the fun part, and that is the demo of that deck and getting ready to create your beautiful space. But that deck just hindered the ability to really have a true outdoor living space. So let's get it out of there. Here we have a photo of the trenching starting. We have to get all those utilities over. So we got gas, electrical, plumbing. We have to make sure those all get over and deep enough for the frost line. And you can see in the background, there is some work going on with the footings already. So that's a little sneak peek of the work that we're doing on this project. They're really coming along very quickly. It's very nice to see, but it's so nice that the homeowner found us on YouTube. They hired me to do the design. He is so happy he did. Now I've been helping him every step of the way, which you will see in a later update video. We do design for people remotely all over the world. This is what I do all day, every day, and absolutely love it. I want to show you a quick montage of some of the designs that we've done and the locations that we've worked in around the world. Here we go. Taylorville, Illinois. Check out the way this design looks. Reno, Nevada. Take a look at this one. Torrance, California. Raymore, Missouri. Columbia, South Carolina. Moore Park, California. Madrid, Spain. Wilmar, Minnesota. Belmont, Michigan. Here's one in Tennessee. Here's one in Fremont, California. Oakland Park, Illinois. Pinehurst, North Carolina. Western Cape, South Africa. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hooper, Utah. Bandera, Texas. Barrington Hills, Illinois. Emerald Winds, Florida. Overland Park, Kansas. Centennial, Colorado. Tijeras, New Mexico. Lancaster, New York. And Newton, Pennsylvania. Now there's so many more around the world that we've done. I'm going to try to give you a good 15 or so on every highlight and update video, but I just want to let you know that it's absolutely no problem for us to design wherever you live in the world. You got me for great design, and then I'll help you every step of the way. Make sure it's a nice, smooth construction project. So now let's run back to Long Island, New York, where we had a lot of update videos on Bill in Long Island. His daughter had her wedding in the backyard. Here we have a celebratory Zoom meeting that we had afterwards, kind of going over the project together, talking about it. But listen to what Bill and his wife said here about not only the project and how smooth it went because of the clear vision that they had, but their ability to check in with me often and help them with anything they needed help with. Take a listen to what they had to say here. I don't know if I've met your wife yet.
Yes, we met in the beginning.
The very beginning.
In the planning stages.
Well, what do you think of your new space?
Well, we started without you.
Yeah,
sorry.
Well, I'm jealous. I'll have to join you when I come visit.
Oh man, it really came out nice, man.
Yeah. How did the wedding go? I want to hear about that.
Oh, it went great. It was phenomenal. Like, everyone was so impressed with the backyard. What was good was that the bride and the groom were inside when everyone first got here, because we didn't want to steal their thunder, by everyone talking about the backyard.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
So everyone was very impressed, and it really looked just so nice, just what we pictured, and then they came out and they were announced, and we had a great time. So it was really nice.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Your website got a lot of props.
Oh, well, I have to say you've been, I don't know if you've noticed that you've been on my YouTube channel, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one of them
a few times. And so I have to tell you, I'm getting a lot of people now from your area, Long Island area, just due to just those few little conversations we've had there, and your ability to bring that design into reality kind of by yourself a little bit. That was impressive to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, we worked our tails off, but we got it done.
It was worth it.
We got it done, and I'm really happy with it. I mean, a few got a little details I still got to finish, but everything looks so good in the back. I ended up redoing the front walkway.
Wow.
We got a week left before the wedding.
But you know what? Having that deadline makes you push like crazy to get it done, and it's done, right?
The fireplace set is coming in next week.
Yeah,
but it was fine. We didn't need the fireplace for the wedding, so we made it decorative, and it looked, it looked really nice anyway. But
well, what was the hardest? What was the biggest challenge of the whole project?
So you remember we talked about the water issue.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I still didn't do the pergola yet, so I still had that to do.
Okay.
And I may shorten it to really just go from the roof to the pavilion.
So basically from here to just the structure, and then do a shade cell. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go. And where is the drain?
It's on the other
So it's
side.
on the other side.
Did you did you guys by any chance take any wedding photos of the house, like around the area?
This was during the wedding. Yeah.
Sweet.
The wreaths are in the pool there.
Oh, I love that you put the canopy up too.
Oh, I didn't even know I did that.
Yeah, that was the tent. Yeah, we had to have a tent just in case, but it was perfect weather.
Oh, good.
It was so nice. Yeah.
Oh, you guys, I'm so happy for you. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. That works fine, right?
Yeah, so, and up on the top, you can't even see it.
It meshes with the white.
Yeah.
That's
a great solution. That's a great solution. Honestly, I don't know if I would have ever even thought to recommend that. So great solution. I would have probably recommended one of those barrels where you put it into like a wine or like a flower pot.
Yeah, like a wine barrel.
That's one of my other clients. She kind of jumped the gun and they built the structure without planning for the gutters, and that's what he did. He just put it in, and it turned out working really good. But I love this solution. That's the way it looked when we started. So.
Oh my God, I know. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, you guys, what a privilege it was to work with you.
I was so happy that we were able to pretty much follow the plan. There was a few changes, but nothing major.
I love it. And what a great
we're really happy with it.
Concept of the way it all flowed. And when we talked day one, it was the getting from your upper area down to the pool with all the different elevations. So I like the way that we solved all of the problems and made it flow really, really well together.
We wouldn't have thought of that. Like we said,
no.
We were thinking something totally different. So it's beautiful and we love it. And we really appreciate definitely working with you and the whole process of you staying with us, even though you were talking more to Bill about the technical stuff, which is great.
That's great.
That's the fun stuff.
It is.
That's the fun stuff.
But staying with us the whole way. And I hope you don't mind if we're going to still send you some updates when we keep...
I want that. If you have anything else you need, let me know. I mean, I think because I care deeply about my clients. Other people have said they feel that, but I think they're going to start to really see it as I'm making myself available for people after the design. Whatever you need to get to the very end, I'm here for you. And Bill, I appreciate you letting me give a few guys your phone number. That was very nice. And the few that gave me feedback said they really appreciated that.
No one called me.
Oh.
No, that they gave you, that he gave you.
Oh.
I gave your phone number. Did they ever email you?
That's for anybody, but I would love to. No problem.
Well,
absolutely.
You were on the list of 10, like one of 10 people that I provided a phone number and contact information to. So maybe they called like the first 2 or 3 and felt confident after that.
Anybody who goes through the process will be extremely enlightened. Would have never thought of something to this, where we set it up, where everything flowed.
I know, it's so amazing how we added this structure, but then we gained so much more of our yard, and we just keep talking about that, like how amazing it is that we gain back so much yard.
Well, you guys, I want to say thank you again for everything. I hope this is not the end, but just the beginning of maybe a little bit of a friendship. And when you're here, I would love to see you. And I'd love to, if I ever visit, I'd love to at least keep you in my contacts and see what you guys are up to. So I just appreciate you guys, and whatever you need, I'm here for.
Well, anybody who reaches out to you that needs someone, and especially the island, have them call me.
Awesome.
No problem.
Awesome.
I'd be love to. They can even come take a look.
Well, you guys, pour another glass of champagne, and thank you so much for the time tonight. And
that sounds good, Mike. Thanks.
You guys, take it easy. All right.
Take it easy.
All right, guys, that does it for this video. If you have watched it to this point, then I'm sure you're very interested in outdoor living and working with me. I would love to help you. Please, I would love to help you create the backyard living space of your dreams. I'll give you the full vision. You'll see it as if it's a future picture of your space. We'll tweak that design until we get it just right for you. And then, of course, I'll help you every step of the way to bring that design into reality. One thing I want to remind you is you don't have to do everything at once. Because you have that master plan, that vision, you can bring that vision into life in phases. And that happens to probably 80 to 85% of my homeowners that I work with. They do their build in phases. So remember, you can do that as long as you have a crystal clear vision with that design. So click the link below and let's have a Zoom meeting. It's free. I'd love to meet you. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you on the next update video.